You know, it's already been almost 4 months since I last talked about the Turtles. It was basically Secret of the Ooze. And that came out in November or 24 or 2019. It's been way too long since I last talked about a Turtles franchise. And I haven't even talked about the third movie yet, but we're gonna go back to the basic classic 8-bit games. We're gonna talk about Turtles 2, the arcade. Just like it's based off the 1989 game. And this one is basically based off the arcade. Unfortunately, like any old games from the classic 90s, these like you can only play like 2 turtles. Either playing Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. And Leo. Nardo. It's been far too long since I had to talk about a Turtles game. But believe me, I'll talk about the other interesting ones in the near future. So we're finally here to talk about the NES one. And I actually using the soundtrack music from the opening, like in the cartoon. And I gotta admit, they had enough money and budget to make it look pretty cool. Doesn't matter which turtle you play, they almost play exactly the same. At least you can fight interesting bosses like Rocksteady Bebop. And you have that classic old 8-ball nail, 8-bit, just have 2 bits of animation just stand there being scared while you're fighting the main boss. And she gets captured by Shredder. Or like any classic 1980s or 90s, always had to be the damsel in distress to save her. Whoops. I meant to close that. Like any fighting up, in beat 'em up game, you collect enough pizza for health, rest you got, and hit points. And you get those classic old Foot Clans are from the cartoon. The villains are also from the show. Like Baxter Stockman, Krang, the Mousers, those robots. And that's pretty much it. But in the near future, I'll talk about the Turtles, both 3 and 4, are next. And I gotta admit, it's pretty fun on this hack playing the Turtles.
Buy Butterfinger and get ready for Final Fantasy VII.
An interesting and still image cutscenes, which is pretty neat. And then use ninja stars. Ours are quite useful and pretty fun. Not to mention the music's pretty good. And from a classic 8-bit, and I like the word Pizza Hut in the background. Yesterday, me and my parents had Pizza Hut yesterday. And right next to King Supers and everybody else was seen fine about that, you know what's going on. And please don't leave a comment, and I don't want to hear it. Please. Anyhow. I gotta admit, the animation in this game looks pretty good. It's just like an arcade game. You don't even know you have to hear that word. Shell shock on being dead. And then the NES game and the arcade. Pretty neatly fun to play the game. Turtle power! Thank you, my turtles. There's just not much else to say about this game, but it's actually pretty fun and pretty good. That you can play either one of the turtles, even though it doesn't matter which one you're playing, they always fight almost exactly the same, but still it's pretty fun and to hear that good old 8-bit classic music in the background going on. And the backgrounds are pretty nice to look at too. If you are a huge Turtles fan, this one will be for you to enjoy playing. Even the 8-bit Krang looks pretty cool too. And so is his music. I do remember that me and Jeff used to play the Tmnt arcade in his system once. It's a pretty short game. You can easily beat this game in less than 40 or 50 minutes of gameplay, as long as you don't die many times. When you get to the final boss, Shredder, you want to make sure you have to hit the one that says "Hammer It Off," or there'll be more clones of Shredder. They're everywhere. That's also based on a cartoon, by the way. And I'll talk about the cartoon pretty soon as well. And there we go. That was the Tmnt E2, the arcade game. It's pretty fun. It's plain and simple. You have to say New York City from the Shredder. That's all you do. And I like the title. Oh, Heroes. So, Tmnt E2, the arcade NES game. Even though you can do that classical jump and high kick and that awesome music playing in the background, I give this game on how amazingly great it is. I give this game a 6.7 out of 10. It's one of the greatest, most funnest games out there, and I like it. And I never did play this game before when I was younger, but still, it looks pretty fun if you had friends to have multiplayers with. So, next I will talk about the third game soon as possible, and it's a little bit better than the second. So, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. See you then, folks.